hour doing even more reach outs. So I was at 90 and I got to 115 just in that hour. So I said, why don't I take this opportunity to do some more reach outs? And so I've actually, especially over the last couple days with the new sales and everything, I
Okay.
took Amy's verbiage
Mhm.
and I changed my reach out app and started reaching out to people. And so that's where the majority of my reach outs for this week were, was for the ice bracelet sale and then the hostess, new
How
hostess
how were
rewards.
you using the Reach Out app? Like, in what way specifically were you using it? Were you going through customers backwards, or what were you doing?
First I searched for an item, ice bracelet, and I took out the dates so that it'll show me everybody.
Okay.
And I reached out at just however it came up, and I changed my reach out app to reflect the verbiage.
Okay.
And I sent it out to everybody that had, and I'm not even done. I only did 15 of those,
Mhm.
because my reach out app was not cooperating, and I finally got it to cooperate, but technical difficulties. But I still have more to go. So when we get done with this call, I'm going to finish doing my reach out and I'll count those for next week.
Got it. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I
And
already got
then
one person to reply back, yes.
nice.
So
That's
that's
good.
good. Yeah.
I love that. What about the hostess part? Were you doing hostess, potential hostess contacts, or like how were you fiddling with that?
I did add a blurb at the bottom about,
Okay.
if you wanted to know more about this month's hostess rewards, I would love to, whatever I said, host with you
So like a
in
PS.
January.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of like a PS at the very end, right? Because I figure, okay, yeah, they can buy the ice bracelets on sale, but they could also get them for free.
Well, that's
Mhm.
a really good point, right? And to point
Yeah,
it out that way. Okay. That's
yeah.
great. I love it. Nicely done. So using the Reach Out app, and that
Hmm.
helps you to stay organized a little bit too. Amelia,
Yep.
Yeah, and
Amelia-
and the 3/7 as well.
and the
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's funny. So we text, but we don't talk about how we do it. And literally,
Uh-huh.
that's exactly what I did. But only
Huh.
different was the ice bracelets today is where I started with the reach out app. And I did, I think I said, what did I was sitting at volleyball 15, or give or take
Hmm.
a 10, 10, 10. And then, so I heard back from two. So that was good. As far as hosting, I put the like a one line in as well. But what I did this week was I started both from both ends of the alphabet. So I started with A's and I think I got down to B's. And then I started with Z and worked my way up through the middle and was just doing check-ins to see how everyone's doing, wishing them happy new year.
Right.
And that's been basically what I've been trying to do.
Right.
Today was all about ice bracelets.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Um, have any of you set a goal for how many you want to sell? I don't know that it's important or not, but for some people, that's a real motivator. Is that something that any of you are doing?
I want 15 in a week.
15 this week. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that gets you $1,000 party, right? Like Amy was
Yeah.
saying, like a
Yeah.
thousand
Yep.
and
Mm-hmm.
change. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. I think that's really good. Um,
That's what I wrote down last night too, was the
is that
15.
right? Kathy, I
Hmm.
was going to ask you as the last person also, because you and Debbie had a lot of points as well. Do you use the Reach Out app for for all of your contacts, or what have you been doing this week?
I use the Reach Out app and I started today with the ice bracelets myself, is to
Okay.
go back to my past customers to see who I sold ice bracelets for
Right.
and to kind of see from there. And that's what I started doing as of um, January 1st, when the sales first came out,
Yeah.
to get a list of all the past people that I actually sold ice bracelets to. And
Okay.
that's where I went to, was
Okay.
those, my past customers and also my past host, because I have hosts that also like the ice bracelets. And some of my hosts will actually book a party when they know the ice bracelets are on sale,
Oh.
because they have customers that they know they can sell to when the ice bracelets are on sale. So I actually booked a party just before I got on tonight
Wow.
because of the ice bracelets.
Nice. Okay.
So,
Okay.
Yay.
that was a plus for me.
Yeah, that is a plus. And I tend to forget that the customer special sometimes is a big incentive for the hostess herself. So that's something that we can really use as an advantage when we're talking about January. Well, thank you. Thank you, Kathy and Raina and Amelia. That's really great stuff. The next thing I want to talk about is Charleston. Who's been to Charleston? Some of you.
I have,
Not I.
Deborah has. Many of us have not, right? Haven't been there in 25
Yeah,
years.
I've never been.
Yeah, right. So I won't go over the points because we can do that on our own, and we can look back at the call from last night on the replay, which by the way, I don't think I've seen the actual replay link yet. Maybe it's not out yet.
it is, it's posted
It's
Posted?
out.
Great.
in the TC family page.
That's what I was wondering, if it was TC Family. Okay, super. I don't always get the notifications on that, so thank you. All right, I'll grab that, and I will go ahead and actually, I have a list of things I'm going to send all of you tonight in an email. I'll make sure I put that replay link in there for those of you who were not able to watch it, so that you can watch the part about Charleston and how they're explaining what we get to earn and how we earn it. So here's what I wanted to say about Charleston. This is all about your goals and of building your team, building a solid income, building your business. And the Charleston trip is a carrot to make it more fun, plain and simple, right? But the core of what we're doing is building really solid habits and building you a solid business. So what I want to do tonight is not really talk about Charleston, but talk about some of the tools that are going to get you there, because regardless, we're going to be selling at least $8,000 and sponsoring at least 2 Glambassadors between now and the end of April to go on this trip. Some of you, I already know, cannot go on this trip because of family commitments and school commitments, and that's okay, but you still want to earn it because of what it will do for your income. So think about it. Maybe you already have 1 team member, and by adding 2 more in order to earn the trip, even if you can't go, that'll get you to group leader and 40% income. That's the stuff we're talking about here. That's what we really, if I could get all of you to that 40% income by the time we're done, I would just be absolutely thrilled. I'd be peeing my pants. I'd be so excited. Okay. It depends, girls. I'm pushing 60.
Maybe we all better bring something.
Maybe so. I know, right? Okay. So a couple of tools that I want to talk to you about, and you're going to go, well, one of them I know about, and the other one I'm really not sure. One is the Glam Plan, and the second is the Quick Start Planner, which I actually created. And here's why I want to talk about these things tonight. It's because we want to start making it a core value, to start looking at every single host, every single customer as a potential consultant, every single time. It is a shifting in our mind. It doesn't mean that we're going to get pushy. That's not it at all. I'm not ever an advocate of this pushy thing. I'm not even sure I could wrap my head around what that would be, because that's so the opposite of who we are and what we do. But if we want to build an organization of really great women, we need to look at everybody as a potential consultant, and that becomes a core value for us. So in each conversation that I'm having with a customer, for example, I need to be wondering to myself several types of questions, and think about this as I say them. Could she be great at this? Think about like her personality as you're talking to her or as you're texting with her. Could this be fun for her based on what you know about her and her personality and what she does? What do I think she would be good at in this? If I've gotten to know her, maybe as the hostess, if I've gotten to know her and I'm thinking, she'd be good at this part and this part and this part, tuck that stuff away. Again, this is how we start making this a core value of whether every person we're talking to could be a potential consultant. And then the last question that I always want to have in my brain is, could this possibly meet a need for her? And that's the stuff that you can catch on to at a party. When you are around that jewelry table, you're around that table with all the wine and crackers and cheese, and you're listening to those conversations, You're listening for those clues and those cues that are going to help you think about whether she might be a great consultant or this could really meet a need that she has. In other words, what am I hearing that is going to trigger me to talk to her about this? So here's the thing. We need to be confident in what it is that we're offering so that it's easier to talk about it. Because we can do all the thinking and all the core valuing we want and never open our mouths and be terrified to say a word, even though we've identified all these women who we wish would join our team. But if we don't understand how to share this really simply and how they start really simply, it's going to be hard for us to open our mouths. And so I want to talk about this for 5 minutes. The first thing I want you to understand is the career plan. For those of us who've been here a while, the career plan has changed, okay? And what I'm noticing is that a lot of us are not at all familiar with what the changes are. So I'm going to put this up here. We used to have a lot of layers and levels in our GLAM plan. We used to have all the way through the end of the 3rd full month in the GLAM plan. We don't now. We have only the 1st full month in the GLAM plan. It's a very simplified version. And so what I want to do is explain how this works. Basically, your 1st full month is the month in which you started and the entire next month. So let's say somebody starts today, January 3rd. She has until the end of February as her 1st full month. Well, what can she earn when she sells $1,000 by the end of February? Of course, she's making 25%, so she's earning $250 profit, and she's now has unlocked a 70% discount. When she sells $2,000 total by the end of February, she's making another $250. She's also getting a $200 product certificate from the company. And when she reaches $3,000 total by the end of February, she's making another $250, and she's getting a $300 product certificate. So for a total of $500 in product certificates and 70% off everything in the catalog. Now, so it's nice and simple. It's not, filled with options and variations on the theme. It got really complex. There used to be all kinds of jewelry for sponsoring team members and things that they just pared it all the way down to this one simple thing. Sell $3,000 in your 1st full month in business. So now along comes these new consultant training calls that Lynn Conway is doing. I pared down the concepts in her call. There's 1, 2, 3 bullet points in her call, and I pared them down to a 6-minute video, and I'm going to send it to you. It's on YouTube. You can share it with potential consultants. Definitely share it with your new consultants. I'm sharing it with your new consultants. I'm going to tell you in a minute what I'm doing with your new consultants. And I created a new consultant quick start planner, and I'm going to be sending this to you because there's a QR code on it. You'll be getting the document because your team members are getting this document as soon as they join. They get this from me in the mail. There's a QR code, and that actually takes them right to my little video. It's just me sitting on my back porch talking about for 6 minutes how to start and how to use this worksheet. So basically it's 1, 2, 3. So think about it. This is a very simple thing, and then I'm going to take it back and explain why we need to understand this when we're talking to people about the business. Number 1, calendar control.
Yep.
You want them to sit down and figure out when can they do a party over the next 4 or 6 weeks. That's it. That's calendar control, number 1. Why do we care about calendar control? It's so that they can understand that it's not going to take over their life and they get to decide when they want to work. It's totally up to them. But we got to put it on paper in order to make it real. Number 2, think of the different circles of friends. So what I did was I created circles and I put lines in them so they could write the names of friends within 5 different circles, but they may have more. And the nice thing is that gets them thinking about who they can offer a party to, because that's really what we want them to do, is to use that calendar that they just created for when they're available. And we want them to start reaching out to people that they have added to this little worksheet. So that's where you come in, because you're going to want to help them figure out what are the words to say in texting or a phone call or at work or whatever to these key people. And you'll get to know the names of the people. Like you can even have her fill this out while you're talking to her on Zoom or on the phone, have her take a snapshot of this and send it to you so you know who she's talking about and who she's talking to, and you can strategize with her. It's actually a really simple method, right? The third part, one is calendar control, two is the circles of friends and inviting them. And of course that includes planning your own party, because your first party is your launch. And then the third one is inviting a friend to start with you. And that's something that is going to help people when if we want to get them to Charleston with us, it's going to help them have a friend to start with, which I think is a really important component, because what one doesn't think of, the other one does. A lot of times they're afraid to do that. They don't want to invite somebody because they don't know enough. But if we say, well, my job is to help both of you, then they might be more confident in doing that. But the 1 and the 2 are the most important components. Now, here's the thing. When I'm talking to somebody about this, what I'm going to say is we have a lot of new consultant incentives, including 70% off discounts and up to $500 in jewelry. Plus, it's as simple as 1, 2, 3. You figure out when you want to work, you figure out who you want to do parties with, and I help you with that, and you figure out who you want to have join with you. That's how I explain the business, because when I stand at a party and I talk about joining my team, joining Touchstone, or if I'm on a phone call, they don't know what it means to start. They don't know what it's in it. And the problem is, if I start going into too much detail and talking about, well, there's the glam plan, they're like, what the H is the glam plan? I don't know what that is. That's where we need to find ways of paring down what we are saying to them so that it is simple. You get 70% off and $500 in jewelry by getting started with a simple system. Next is we figure out when you want to do parties, then we figure out who you want to do parties with, and then we figure out who do you want to have come join with you. That's how we start. That's all there is to this. When you learn how to say it that way, it makes all the difference, and it'll build your confidence. The other part that you want to say is, oh, by the way, we always earn at least 25% on everything that we sell, because in some companies that's not the case. So be thinking about, how can you start saying this stuff in 20 seconds or less, in 30 seconds or less, so that it's just information. It's not detailed. You're not overwhelming anybody. You're planting seeds everywhere you go with a lot more people. Okay. Thoughts about that? Things that you've been thinking about, conversations that you've been having with people. And then I have one last thought about this whole concept. What does this make you think of? Did I scare you? I made somebody laugh.
I always ask them if I can tell they're interested, or I give them a compliment saying that I think you'd be great at doing this. I'd love to have you join me as a bling dealer, which I call myself. I ask them, what questions do you have? What comes to your mind? Because some people maybe don't care about how much they'll earn or whatever, so I always start with, what question do you have for me?
Mhm.
And then I literally just answer the question they asked, and I don't go on.
Can you say that last,
Well,
Raina, can you say that last
well-
part again? You're breaking up.
You're all okay. There we go. You're all moving again now.
Oh,
I'll ask them, what question do you have? And if they say, like, how many parties do you have to do? I'll say, you can do as many or as little as you want.
mhm,
And then if they want to know more, they'll ask a follow-up question to that.
mhm,
So I like to start with, what questions do they have? And then when they're done,
mhm.
and if it didn't cover how much do you make, how easy it is to get started, then I will do my 30-second pitch, like what you talked about, Betsy.
Right.
But I let them start the conversation.
Sure. Yeah. I love that. I love it. And too, when somebody asks, how many parties do I have to do? I always say we don't have any minimums except the one you set for yourself.
Mhm.
And that they always go, oh, really? That
Yeah,
always
because a lot of
surprises
companies do have minimums of sales, of parties, of everything. And it's
Yeah.
like, that's a lot. I'm glad we don't have $1 in 3 months. I mean, come on.
I know. Well, and quite honestly, that's just to stay active. And We
Right.
all know what active means. The active doesn't impact the consultant. Active only impacts her upline. And so quite honestly, I don't talk about active with new consultants at all about that for that reason, because it doesn't even impact them, which is kind of funny, kind of interesting. Amanda.
So, I don't know why, but I, well, I do know why. I made it more of a goal this year for me that instead of, and I even hate saying this, but I think we all do it. We sometimes prejudge someone before we even know them. Like, and I'm trying not to do that,
Mhm.
maybe a lot less this year. And I'm learning like more. I haven't gotten to do any in-person parties yet.
Mhm.
It's only January 3rd, but I know I will get them. And for new people that I meet, regardless of, I don't know why, but I always feel like I'm going to say how I feel, regardless of their age. Okay. I'm going to at least bring it up at least one time
Mhm.
and say, "Oh, I think you'd be like," and be genuine about it. I think, like, Betsy, I think you would be really good at this because you are a people person and you are so kind-hearted. And
Mhm.
I think that I would love to genuinely have you on my team.
Mhm.
Like, just be more like open and just
Mhm.
share
Mhm.
like why I think that you would be good at it because I don't know, Betsy, your situation. I don't know Michelle, I've never met you. Michelle, I don't know Michelle's situation. Like, and maybe they actually need this and they're not aware of it.
True.
So
True.
I really think that like especially in-person parties,
Mhm.
it's harder to like I guess for me, I feel like it's harder to bring up like the business opportunity whenever you don't know the person and they're like a customer that just like purchase something from me.
Yeah.
But I want to figure out a way to bring it up more even if I don't know you.
Mhm.
Like over the phone or something.
Mhm.
Any suggestions on that for anybody? I don't know.
Something like something generic that you can say to people. It might be
Yeah.
letting them know that anybody can do what you do. Anybody is welcome to join and come do what you do and be part
Like,
of it.
do you like pick up the phone and call, I don't know, Rhonda? Do you just pick up the phone and call her and say, "Hey, like, I don't know." Like that's out of my comfort zone, but that's how you grow. You need to like grow. You need to get out of your comfort zone.
That's very true. And actually, it's funny you mentioned that because we're going to talk about that in just a minute. As we
Oh,
close,
sorry.
once we close, I have a challenge for you similar to what you're talking about. Debbie, what were you going to say about that?
In response to the phone call for
Mhm.
recruiting,
Mhm.
I'm not one for doing that, just randomly just picking them and saying, hey, Lisa, this is Debbie Pickens, blah, blah, blah. But what I would do is, and I haven't done it, but it's been something that I've been working on, because I got these goals, okay?
Yeah.
When I'm calling, which I do a lot of calling, and I'm doing my customer care, or I'm calling after a party and I'm talking to somebody, and I might say, Lisa, I'm so excited that you were at Michelle's party. I enjoyed talking to you and seeing you. I just want you to know that I think you would be so awesome at doing this. You just have that personality, and I would love to have you on my team. Have you ever thought about doing that? I know we kind of skimmed over it a little bit. Do you have time to talk about that? I mean, so that's something that you can bring up and talk to her about. And if she goes, oh, no, I don't really think so,
Mhm.
then, you could go into talking maybe about, well, how would you feel about booking a party? I mean, there's so many different ways that you can do this. Golly, Lynn Conway would love it because I'm just so about customer service. That is the way you open the door to every conversation.
Mhm.
Whether it is a thank you, whether it is about booking parties, you always do that. It makes it so easy. And
Well,
that's what I would do for wanting to see if somebody would like to join my team. I've
and
been working on it. I haven't
I
done
love
it yet,
that.
but I'm working on it.
And the reality too, Debbie, to your point, is that people do business with those that they know, like, and trust. If they know, like, and trust you, even if they simply met you at a party, but they get a sense of who you are at the party, and they know now, they now know you, they like you, and they start to trust you, they're more likely to join your team. Yes, absolutely. So
Well,
there's
here's
that.
the other thing too. Sometimes at a party, there's so much going on
Yep.
that even at checkout, when you would like to talk to them a little bit,
Yeah.
you don't have that great opportunity. So
Right.
when you're calling to thank them for the order or whatever, that's a good opportunity for you to bring that up.
Yeah.
But I always make little notes about people. I talked to Lisa very briefly about the company,
Mhm.
talk to Julie, might want to book a party, I mean, because maybe there wasn't enough time.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing.
Classic.
I'm doing my reach outs, but I use the phone, girls.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I think it's important for them to hear our voice because we radiate that, the
Hmm.
joy, the happiness, the fun.
That's true.
And when you're texting somebody, they don't know if you're happy, thrilled, or you're just doing for the heck of it, But when they hear our voice, they can feel how happy and joyous we are. Okay,
You're right.
that's it. I ain't saying no more.
Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate it.
Um,
Michelle, go ahead.
The only thing, I've been thinking about what Raina said about asking them a question and then just answering the question they asked, because I know me, I get so excited and I just start going into like regurgitation mode.
Yeah.
And that scares a lot. Exactly. Just like that. But I'm like, but that scares people, and I think
Yeah.
also if you make them ask the question, then you're making it about them,
Mm.
not about them joining your team. You're making it about what this company can do for them. And I think that is a great point. And I'm really glad that you brought that up, Raina, because I think it makes a lot of sense. And I do that in my full-time job. Like we're always taught, don't give any more information than what that person's asking, because on the other hand, we open ourselves up to bad things. But I think that was a great point. And I just want to reiterate that with everybody, because I'm going to try that myself.
We used to have a
People like to
method.
talk about themselves, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And we used to have a method long ago where we had cards, and there were like 6 different cards, and one would say income, one would say travel, one would say product, another would say professional development. And it was like the 6 different things, 6 different main reasons why somebody would join. And we would say, oh, cool, I'm glad you're interested in talking about the business. Of these 6 things, which is the most important to you? Like, which couple of them are the most important to you? And so that you kind of know which direction to go in with them. This is more like in a coffee chat, like when you're sitting down with somebody and you know that they want to talk about the business, but you want to know which direction to go in, right? Along those lines. And Lisa LeClaire raised her hand too.
I did. It's the whole twin thing.
I know, I love it.
So I put it in the chat in case you're not looking at the chat. This amazing acronym that I always train people to use in sales, WAIT.
Yep.
Why am I talking? Right. So, and I find myself doing the same thing. I have to stop and I'm like, oh, just wait.
It's hard.
It
hard,
is.
isn't it?
It's so hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
But they could say something that I don't want to say triggers you, but gives you that thing and you're like, oh, they have this or they have that, or, and I'm like, Deb, I take notes about people. And if they mention,
Good.
I have a dog, and I'll ask about that dog and I'll remember, if I'll write it down, has a, Cocker Spaniel or whatever, got a new puppy. And then you can bring that up too. So anyway, I will go
love
on
it.
now. And I think I saw, speaking of dogs, I think I almost saw my niece or nephew in the camera there, but I guess they got shy.
It's because as a puppy, Samson loved Betsy's voice. Every time
Oh,
we'd
right.
be on a Zoom,
Yeah.
he would come running in. And now he's too big to pick up and put in front of but he's behind me.
But
Yeah,
he
came back.
likes my voice, doesn't he?
He does. He does.
Oh, he's the cutest dog ever. Okay, good, really solid conversation, and it's good food for thought. But we need to know the GLAM plan. We need to understand what the 3 steps are for starting their business. So what I'm going to do is send you the Quick Start Planner. I'm going to send you a copy of the Glam Plan. I'm going to send you the video of me, the YouTube video link of me explaining the Quick Start Planner. It's only 6 minutes long, so I encourage you to watch it. I'll send a copy of this video replay for those who didn't get to watch it tonight live. And then I'll also send the replay from last night's event. The last thing I want to do is tell you what I have started, because I am determined to find the most incredible women in the world to come join the other group of most incredible women in the world who are already here. So what I started doing was making a list of the people that I have always wished were on my team. And I started reaching out to them. So I wanted to read to you two messages that I sent. One was to a specific person. The other one is to someone who I don't think she would want to join. But I could be wrong. She just made her first purchase with me, but she's in business. She is a coach, she's a trainer, and she knows a million people. So I took a different approach with her, but let me read you the first one. This girl is in fashion and I think she's amazing. And I said, hi, LZ, hope you guys had a great Christmas. I mentioned to your mom in December that I'd love to talk to you about Touchstone because I'm looking for really fantastic women in every town to build our line in 2024. And you are at the top of my list out near Winchester. Would you consider a Zoom chat with me just to hear about what we do and how women succeed with us? That's all I said. She said, hello, thank you. Same to you. I really appreciate that. And I'm so flattered, but I'm so focused on my business at this time. Thank you for thinking of me. So I wrote back and I said, I'm so proud of you. And I love that focus, Elsie. If you're ever curious, will you let me know? You're terrific. And I'll wait. Haha, timing is everything. And of course she said, thank you very much. Go after those women who you really want on your team, those hostesses, those girlfriends, those customers that you keep selling to. Go after them. Tell them that you want to talk to them because you really want them on your team this year, that you're looking for those fantastic women. Then let me read you what I wrote to this customer. Her name is Courtney, and I have attended several of her trainings on sort of like business and coaching and leadership type things. But we have other personal connections as well. And I said, question, because she was paying me for a piece of jewelry. Question, you know a zillion women, and you can say this to a lot of people. This is a really good approach. This spring, I'm looking for some key people to join my team at Touchstone. I want to find women who are happy and smart and fun and who love building a business. They might be entrepreneurial, but maybe they don't want brick and mortar. They might be moms at home. They might want something that's fun and part-time. They might love fashion, but maybe not. I didn't. Can you keep an eye out for me? I have Sparkle rewards, wink, wink, for referrals. And I haven't heard back from her because I just sent it before we got on the thing. But I want you to start sending out those kinds of proactive messages, because unless women understand that we are on the hunt for amazing people to come into this company, they're not going to know that they could be one of them and that maybe they know somebody who is one of them. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm dangling for all of you 20 bonus points when you reach out directly and deliberately to 10 women before our next meeting. 20 bonus points. I mean, we're talking the mother load here, girls. By reaching out with a message like this that inspires, gets them thinking, helps them to feel special. Now, Elsie feels special. I see her every month or two at a particular event, but she knows I think she's special. And I tell you what, there will be a day when she comes to me. There will be a day, because I'm not going to give up. And there are people that I will say, I wait for you forever. You got to have those people that you're like, girl, I'm going to wait for you forever. You just wait. I'm not going anywhere, right? Because they need to know that they're that special to you. 10 of them give you 20 points. Okay. The other thing that I want to do, you got 5 more extra bonus points for changing your keep in touch message. I just remembered I needed to change mine. I was like, that's an easy one that everybody can get 5 points on. We got to change that message for the new year because we have a lot of really great emails going out on our behalf. Okay, next meeting I have scheduled for Monday, January 15th, what I have realized, we can do one of two things. We can keep it, but I realized that my flight may not be back in time from Disney World. Would it be possible to shift it to, I was trying to keep it on Mondays because I usually company calls are on Tuesday, but there is no company call on that Tuesday night. What's the chance that we could switch it to the Tuesday night, January 16th at 8 p.m.? Okay.
That's good. Yep.
Right. Okay.
That
Let's
works.
go ahead and do it because the likelihood of me being available is 100% on the 16th and 50% on the 15th. And I don't want to, I want to be able to show up for you guys because you deserve that. Okay. So now we know what I'm sending. I think that's everything I wanted to cover. Congratulations, ladies. I'm really excited for all of your points. I love that you showed up. This is so wonderful because this is
We
exactly
need to
what we wanna do.
we need to take a picture.
We're getting our picture.
There we go.
Camera. Okay, are y'all ready to, is everybody on camera? We got you on camera. Okay, everybody smile and smile and wave. Hey. Hey. Okay, we gotcha. Very good.
Betsy?
Good job. Yeah.
Betsy, can I ask a quick question? You said you were
Yes.
going to send those documents to our new consultants, so that means new going forward, or anybody who just started within the last
Thank
2
you.
months?
Thank you. Yes. And so I forgot to cover that. I send a new consultant packet within 2 days of everyone starting. They get a cover letter from me that has the GLAM plan on it. It has my name and phone number, your name and phone number as the sponsor, and their leader's name and phone number as well. If these are all different people. It has all of the training calls that are coming up for that month listed. It has Lynn's new consultant calls as well as the QR code for the link that they will. It's literally her Zoom link. It's on a QR code. And then the second thing that I send them is that sheet that I showed you, the planner, and that has the QR code for the video that goes along with the planner. Then I send them all the things that are happening this month, all of the host special, the customer special, the sales incentives. These are all full sheets. And then I also send whatever the trip is, if it's not too late in the month. Like December, I didn't send, the trip, the cruise. But so I'll be sending out Charleston for everybody who joins in all the way through probably into early April. I'll be sending out Charleston. So that goes out. And I also send them a notebook with a pen that has the Star Throw poem on the notebook. So they have something special from me. And
Thank you, Betsy.
sure. And there's an
That's
explanation about why we use the Star Thrower poem for the Star Thrower team too. So to explain where that all came from. I think that's everything that, what I'll do. I'm about to resurrect the one for January. So when I finish it, I'll make sure I send it to you so you can see what all the new consultants get as their cover sheet. Yeah. And we make it all pretty. It goes in like a cellophane envelope, so it's all pretty. It has some shred, like sparkly shred in it and stuff. It looks really pretty and fun. Like they're getting a special package, a special gift.
Nice.
We've been doing that since August 1st, actually. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mm.
So just so you know.
Betsy, can you share your wording that you sent
Yep.
so we can make
Yep.
up our own text to reach
Yep.
out to?
I will. I will screenshot both of those messages and I'll include them in that email. How about that?
Okay, great.
Okay.
good.
Yep. So it's going to be a lot in this email. If you're not getting emails from me, let me know but I think I've got everybody's emails straight now. So it's going to be a lot in this email that I'll send you. A lot of things. Right.
Okay.
I have a real quick question. Betsy, when you send those texts like from not your number, from that other number, is everybody getting those? Do we text your original number? How's that going down?
Okay.
Because
thank
I
you for
don't know how
asking
to
that.
do anything.
Yeah, that's
with
okay. That's
that.
okay. This is another new thing that I'm trying to become much more efficient.
Yeah.
And to be able to communicate better. And what was really fun yesterday, I sent that text message about the call last night to 279 actives. And with each
Wow.
person's name in it, because of the way this system works, I can do this. So I can create it once, press the button because I have everybody in a file and it all goes out within about 30 minutes. Well, I had about 30 messages back and forth to me. So yes, I can respond to you on that text message. It only goes to me and to nobody else. But you can
Oh.
always text me on my regular phone number because like the one I actually use for real. Yeah.
Are you, so do you have to pay for this?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Oh, that
Mhm.
it's like an extra.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's an extra.
Why can't you just use your original number? Sorry, I'm just like,
It doesn't let you because
Oh.
it's a special set of numbers and it has to be like I have to be in compliance that I'm not spamming. It has to be a certain phone number that I've agreed to use and things like that. So
you go get it,
a
mama.
whole other thing. Yeah. I'm just trying to find better ways of communicating with all of you. Like I have a special,
Hey, whatever works.
whatever works, right? So I have a special file with all of my Sparkle Squad, my Success Sparkle Squad sisters. And then I have a whole other one for all the actives from December. And, you know, I can just keep making files and
Well,
sending
that's really
messages
neat
to all
that
the
you
different
can
files.
do that. Like,
It's-
and I was
it's a
just amazed that
Godsend. It is a
I was like,
godsend.
wow,
know.
she's using this.
Yeah.
It's going well.
I hope so. And, you know, if you guys catch glitches or something's not working right, please tell me how I can improve.
Okay.
I want to.
Thank you.
I meant to share all that with you guys and I haven't. There are all kinds of things that are new and fun. More to come. Lots more to come. So
I
lots.
just didn't know if like responding back, if
Yeah.
everybody gets it, because I didn't want to like make everybody be like, who's this woman?
It just goes right to you and comes right back to me. Yep. Thank you
Okay.
for that. That's really sweet. All right, ladies, I've kept you too long. Thank you so much for all of your
Thank you.
attention. You're absolutely
Thank you.
so
Good
proud of
night.
you being a part.
Good
All right.
night.
Have a wonderful week, and we will see you on the 16th Tuesday at 8 p.m.
Hey, for
Some of you
all
will
of
see
you
you then.
girls, for all you girls that are going to Disney, have a fantastic trip. Take lots
Thank
of
you.
pictures and keep us with you.
Thank you.
I have mine too.
Send us pictures of
I'll
all
be
the new
thinking of you
jewelry.
guys.
Send us
Love you all.
jewelry.
Love
Bye.
you.
Bye.
I have mine.
Fun.
Yes, we will post lots of pictures of jewelry on Friday. I promise.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yay.
Yay.
Good.
All the pictures. Yeah. Bye,
Yes.
ladies. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Betsy, I have a quick question. It
Yes.
has nothing to do with this.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll stay on. Let me stop the recording real fast before